Welcome to Hey Clarity. I'm your host, Lindsay, and today we are opening the Akashic Records on lifetimes. The questions that we're going to ask: what is a lifetime from the Akashic Records perspective? What is the purpose of a lifetime? How many lifetimes can we live? How can we remember our lifetimes? How can we take full advantage of a lifetime? Why are some lifetimes harder than others? And what's the most important message we need to know? Let's get into it. First question, what is a lifetime? They're just saying like book of a chapter, book of a character, a big chapter, book of a soul, character, a chapter, stories told. What is a lifetime? Book of a character. And they're just like a main character. And they're showing like supporting characters within this main character. They're like main character of a soul. They're supporters of this character in this lifetime. Again, what is a lifetime? Book of a character. That's it. A type of character. What is the purpose of a lifetime? What is the purpose of a lifetime? They're saying chosen. It's a chosen purpose. Through a character, through characters, chosen purposes through a life, a lifestyle, built in. The purpose of the character is built in to the lifetime. What is the purpose of a lifetime? Just a life lived as a particular character. Types of characters, different types of characters. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? They're saying like a main purposeful life. They're saying big main purpose life. Like that place of life. That time, that space, that character, the supporters of that character. They're kind of saying like a mission is possible, like mission possible. Because first they're like mission impossible. And then they drop the I am and it's mission is possible. They're like ideally like purposeful through that character. Mission. It's like mission based. So the purpose of a lifetime, main character lived. Like lived is that main character. That's it. And there's something about like how we think of our lives, like thinking of lives like movies, like main characters in movies. They're just like, yeah, it's similar. It's similar. It's like watching a movie. Like your life, your character's like watching a movie. And all these movies, they're showing like books in a library or like videos in a library, like watching this main character in this story. Okay. How many lifetimes can we live? They're just like thousands. How many lifetimes can we live? They're kind of like, they're saying mostly thousands, but then they're saying like millions, like 1 millions. How many lifetimes can we live? They're saying it's endless. It's endless. And I'm getting this feeling that like they like the reason that they're like starting with like thousands is that they're like that can feel really overwhelming. And that's why they were reluctant. They were kind of reluctant when they were showing like millions. They were trying to show like lower numbers of millions, but then they even went into billions and they went into endless. Like there's an endlessness, but something about knowing that can feel really overwhelming and uncomfortable. So they kind of don't want you to feel overwhelmed by that. They're like pinpoint the one, like focus on the one. To be caught up in like past lifetimes, the possible future lifetimes, they're saying that's pointless. It's like pinpoint the present one, like the present lifetime. This one is a focus. They're like, sure, like we can go into past lifetimes and past lives. Foresight, we can future see into like future lifetimes, possibilities, endless possibilities of like future characters that we might play. But they're saying it's like moment based, it's like present based. And so like it's like each lifetime, like to be more present in the moment, be more present in this lifetime. And again, they're saying like that's why there's like the reluctance to share or to explain, like even though many of us know, like we live thousands of lives, we live many lives. They don't want us to get caught up in the endlessness of that because it can be really overwhelming and scary. And they're kind of saying, and like taking advantage of this lifetime, which goes into a later question. They're saying they want us to be in like present mode of a lifetime, because it's almost like you miss the mission, like you miss the purpose of this lifetime when you're digging into the past, or like something about like leap of faith, like trying to like dive into too far into the future, trying to foresee the future. It's all very like to be in the moment, to be in the present life, be here, be here, be here. There's something about like fishing, like they're showing someone fishing and like the line catches something in the past to bring forward. Sometimes there are like these like golden nuggets, these like gems from our past lives. And so it's like you're still facing forward. Like you can kind of like catch a line, you can catch or connect to like past lifetimes if it helps you in this lifetime to be in the moment, to be present, to be more present, and also future. So they're kind of talking about like when we dig into like the challenges in our lives, or we have like traumatizing experiences, and part of us like wanting to delve deep into these like heavy, they're saying sedimented experiences that weigh us down in this lifetime, like that's when we dig into the past. They're saying like this is like natural to help us move forward. And so they're saying like if digging into the past and grabbing a golden nugget of like wisdom or information from a past life helps you to be more in the present moment and excited about the future, then they're like, then good, like do that kind of past life, like regression work or healing work, whatever you have to do to help you feel, they're saying, more like comfortable and confident in this lifetime. But they're saying like there's really no need to be digging into past lifetimes other than that. Like if it answers questions and gives you perspectives of why you might have like, you delve into these like lingering heavy things that hold you down or hold you back from like enjoying this life. Like, yeah, they're like, you're working out the kinks from those past traumatic experiences, past whatever things that are very dense and heavy, but it's like you want to be in the moment, you want to feel like clean and clear and in alignment in this lifetime, in the present moment. And that's because we want to be very they're kind of saying like core alignment as we're like moving forward. It helps us move forward, like through the present moment into the future. So how can we remember our lifetimes? I guess they were kind of answering that. The first thing they're saying is like dreams. They're going into like, past life regressions, meditations, guided meditations, obviously the Akashic Records. You can dig into all your past lives. How can we remember our past lifetimes? They're saying that they pop up a lot in dreams. They pop up a lot in dreams. They pop up a lot in like deja vu, meeting people, getting that sense of like, I know you from somewhere. Like past lifetimes, like we just have a sense. They're saying you get a sense of it. And we either brush it off, like whatever, like where was I in my dream last night, or we're curious about it and we're like, I wonder if that was a past lifetime. But they're saying kind of like deep down in our lifetimes, deep down in your lifetimes, deep down in our lifetimes, they're like, I know, like you'll get a sense when you're like, this was me, I was there, I know this place, it's familiar. Because they're showing someone like traveling the world and like going to places for the first time in this lifetime. And they're like, I feel so at home. I feel so at home here. And they're like, it probably was your home once before. They're familiar, we get familiarized in these moments and like you revisit. And I'm just getting this sense, like I'm feeling like I'm traveling somewhere and I just feel so happy and so at home, and I'm on like this cobbled street somewhere. Like there's some people around and I just like everything in my heart just feels like sunshine. Like I'm just like the first time I've ever been here, but I feel so at home. I feel so at peace. And like they're like a livelihood, like it might remind you of like, jobs that you've had. But it like really brings you back and it gives you a sense of peace. And they're saying like that's something really special. And so basically they're saying like, like we know when we have these experiences of like revisiting past lifetimes. And we can also do those kind of like guided trance-like experiences, meditation, working in the records, things like that, to bring those to the forefront if we're like curious about it. How can we take full advantage of a lifetime? How can we take full? They said be creative and be peaceful. Be above, go below. Be above, go below. See below, be above. Or online, like baseline. It's like see below, go below, but be above. Peaceful, joyful, playful, be creative. Self-expression. They're showing me a dancer using their body, like moving through their body, moving through the world through movement in their body. An artist painting the world as they see it, creating ideas that come through them, that come out of them, that come from their heart, expression, all the forms of self-expression. I'm seeing a filmmaker documenting the world, documenting life, or creating a world, or creating your life. They're basically saying create your life, like create the world. They're just like, make your beautiful world. How can we take full advantage of a lifetime? Like make your beautiful world. Make a beautiful world. Whatever that means to you. And they're like, when you think about making a beautiful world, they're calling it like a beautiful, joyful world. Usually everyone has a place in it. Like you don't think of like a beautiful world and like there's all this like misery and violence and pain and suffering. It's like when you think about what's a beautiful world, like it's beautiful for everyone. So they're showing like a neighborhood, like a suburban neighborhood, and there's like houses and land, like people have like a little plot of land, big or small, whatever. They're showing like a range of like space between houses, and it's like this house, this dwelling, and their outside space, and like the roads and the sidewalk and how we're all interconnected. And they're just like, whatever your little slice of heaven is in this lifetime, create your world with it. And then they're showing people who are like nomadic and like traveling around, and it's like wherever they go, like the ground lights up gold behind them. Like what are you bringing to a place and what are you leaving behind? Like every place you go, like are you smiling? They're saying like live your art. like live your art, create your world. They're just like every little thing that you do. And they're giving me the song, like, every little thing she does is magic. And they're like, I think you do. Like, think you do. Think that you do. Think that when you are like traveling through a place, like you leave behind something beautiful or magical. It doesn't have to be physical or tangible. It could be that you had a really lovely conversation with somebody, a really inspiring conversation, or you smiled at everyone you passed on the street. Like they're saying, like, those are your ways of making the world beautiful. Are you laughing? Are you dancing? Are you singing? You know, they don't have to be physical, tangible things that you're leaving behind, but it's like, they're just saying, make your beautiful world, make a beautiful world, whatever that means to you. And that, like, when we talk about a beautiful world, they're saying, like, be inclusive and like think your best. Like, think of your best. Think of your best person, like as you as one person, and think of your best people. Like, who's in it? Who's in your beautiful world? Go visit them. Go ask them to come visit you. They're like, collaborate, co-create. They're saying be co-creative. Because it's like, if you see these people as being a part of your beautiful world, connect with them. You know, whether you're home or you're traveling, and it's like you get together and there's like this combustion. They're like stars. Like, you create this beautiful world and like you get together and, you know, and then like it has an impact on the place to like make that area of the world a beautiful place. So like slices of heaven. It's really, they're just saying, like, make your world beautiful, create a beautiful world. Wherever you go, anywhere you go, you can do that. It's very simple. Why are some lifetimes harder than others? Why are some lifetimes harder than others? They said no perspectives, not enough perspective. They're like, there's all possibilities in like every book of a character. There's so many things you can be as this one character in each lifetime. So many possibilities. Sometimes, depending on what we reincarnate as, like our mind might have, we have like different capabilities. So in some lifetimes we have more limited capabilities than others. They're kind of showing the example of like when you're a human, an animal, a plant, they're saying limited resources, limited capabilities as that character. They're saying like you evolve, something about resources. But a lot of it is about perspective, our perspective. If you're having a really hard lifetime, they're showing like turning the perspective. Like, you need to shift your perspective. You need to like turn the dial in your brain. Turn it, twist. They're like twist, plot twist. Or maybe your perspective is twisted and you need to unwind it. You need to untwist it. You need to loosen your grip. Because they're saying like be open to the possibilities. Some lifetimes are harder than others. It's about perspective. And they're like, yeah. And it's like you get caught up in other people's perspectives. So they're showing like the example of like living in a place where there's war and violence. You're caught in the tornadoes of someone else's fucked up perspective. And that's impacting you. And it's very hard for you to have a different perspective when that one is so warped in the minds of those people in that place. And that's another like reason why it's like we have these impacts on each other, and they're just like, if you want to create a beautiful world, it's usually for everyone. And so for people who can't see that the world is beautiful or don't want to create a beautiful world, it can have this really they're saying like generationally, like highly traumatic, like heavy impact on many lifetimes, like generational lifetimes. And then you're born into this perspective. You're born around that perspective. But again, it's just, it's perspective. They're saying limited capabilities and resources. That's why some lifetimes are harder than others. Limited capabilities and resources. And they're just like, there's layers to this. It's very complex. there's a multitude of reasons why, but a lot of it has to do with no other perspectives or the lack of perspective of the people around us who might be having a negative impact on our quality of a lifetime. What's the most important message we need to know about lifetimes? They're showing me like a flip book, and they're like, they go so fast. They go so fast. You might seem slowed down. They might seem to slow down sometimes, but they're just showing the flip book, and like so fast that book is done. So fast that book is done. And that's why like so much of a purpose of a lifetime is to be as much in the expansiveness of the present moment as possible, to really like magnify this lifetime, this place, this space, you, who you are right now, today, in this moment. So they're like, where are you? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? Who's around you? Do you hear birds outside? Do you hear car horns honking? What do you hear in this very moment? And they're just like open to the expansiveness of this moment. That's why there's something about like, that's why you hear so many of these like spiritualized characters talking about being in the present moment, because it's just like, that is it. Like, this is it. The whole be here now. That's the purpose of a lifetime, is to just be here in this now with whoever you're with in each and every moment. So the most important message is that it can go so fast, and to take your time, regardless of how things seem around you, regardless of the perspectives around you. The perspectives around you don't have to be your perspective. They're like, it certainly should not be if it doesn't help you create the beautiful world that you want to live in. And they're just like, if you can focus to make a beautiful world for yourself, for others, then you've lived, like they're saying, like max fulfilled lifetime. Like maximize the fulfillment of a lifetime if you can create and make a beautiful world. Cool. So that was the Akashic Records on lifetimes. I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.